tough loss for our football team, and credit goes to Minnesota. They outplayed us and deserved to win, and did a good job certainly. So yeah, I think the story of the game is very obvious, and the biggest thing for us, it was a team loss. We didn't play well enough in any of the three areas to expect to win, and they did.
The onside kick, was that surprising at that time of the game?
Not totally surprising. I think it was a situation where we throw our hands team out there, but it was a great call on their part, and the execution was outstanding. So not a total surprise and an excellent call.
Coach, what happened on the final series? Were there any plays called for Marvin on that final series?
All of our plays have involved him if he's out there in the field, and as you might well imagine, they were giving him some attention today. But we were just trying to move the football, and all we needed was a field goal. It wasn't like a hopeless situation by any stretch, but as you saw, we didn't get much going.
Was the onside kick something that you anticipated or were preparing for in that moment when they did it?
Well, I think it was a pretty, I don't want to say an obvious situation, but it's certainly something they could do at that point. It made perfect sense. They needed another score, and they stole possession there. And then, most importantly, first of all, their execution was excellent, to their credit, and ours was not. And then, more importantly, they took that momentum and took it and drove the field like we did off their turnover in the first half.
We're still about 3 minutes left of the timeout, and clock stops for the first time. Did you ever think about running the ball there at all in the last drive?
Not really. No, I mean, we had to get down the field and get some points.
You called the timeout right before the fourth down when they took the lead. Was there anything that you were discussing? What were, I guess, the things that you were wanting to do there?
As you might imagine, I was a little concerned about how much clock we would have if they scored, so it was, I thought, an obvious situation as well.
Final minute of the half, you had a little over a minute left. You had a couple timeouts, had the ball, tie game. Similar situation at Iowa State.
I think we've been there before. Yeah, that was about first and whatever it was, 78 yards to go.
Do you regret that?
No. I regret we didn't finish the drives earlier in the first half.
What's the story of the defense?
Although maybe we'll have to reconsider that in the future. Maybe we'll have to think about that a little bit more.
What's the story of the defense on
That's
this
one
team?
light moment, at least. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
It's all right.
Sorry to screw you up.
What's the story of the defense on this team? Why is it not improving?
Well, I can't answer that right now. The big thing, the last touchdown was a contained issue, which that's a little disappointing in that. We had that same problem in game two. The big thing I would point to is just today they ran the ball really well on us, and people have been running the ball well on us, and it's going to make it a challenge for us to play good defense if we're not doing a better job against the rush.
In the second half, you grabbed the momentum, and then did you feel you lost it, or did?
Well, we did a good job. I think it was, whatever it was, 14-10. They closed it to 14-10. Our guys really responded. We responded really well several times during the game, and put a nice drive together and put it in the end zone. And so that was a positive certainly. But then they took the ball and drove it on us, and then came up the onside kick and did it twice. So we couldn't get off the field, and that's a tough thing to be. Tough to be in that situation.
Sorry if you've been asked this before, but the hands, was there any discussion? What was the thought process?
Not really at that point. It wasn't a total surprise that they attempted an onside kick, but we could have thrown it out there, I guess. And ended up with the ball maybe on the 15. It was great execution on our part, and we didn't do a good enough job. We have free right to that ball too.
Coach, this road losing streak is going to be a full year now since the last time you've been able to win on the road. Why can't this team, for lack of...
Well, we haven't played well enough, and I'm still counting Arizona. That's not Kinnick, so we still count that as a victory away from home. But playing on the road's like playing at home. You have to play well enough, and we didn't today. Minnesota did. They get the win.
You talk about the personnel in the last drive. I know that you're down a receiver or two, but Don Schemper's out there fresh, and I think Brad Herman's up there. I know you chewed him out during the game a little bit. What went into the thought process on the personnel in the last drive? Just available bodies?
We put our best guys out there. Best guys are ready to go.
Do you think
We try to do that in every situation typically, unless we got a 30-point lead or something like that.
Do you
What
think
would you say about Coker's performance?
He ran the ball well. It went to waste, unfortunately. So it's a team effort. We got to finish drives.
People are going to say Minnesota wanted this game more
just like the Iowa State thing, how do you respond to that?
In what way? I mean,
Well,
wanted more,
just that this game means more to them, what have you, the circumstances are always different, and it seems like you're starting to get that Iowa State comparison.
you know, I haven't talked to anybody that said that yet, but maybe that's the word out there. I mean, I think games are important to everybody. Conference games are awfully important to us, and, you know, we got outplayed today. You know, it doesn't matter desire.
Why is the offense so vulnerable to the corner blitz?
Yeah, got me on that one. I mean, we had a big play on a corner blitz today too, so they did make us pull up on a sprint pass. Is that the one you're talking about, the turnover?
Just in general.
No, I mean, I think they had, I think that was a free safety blitz actually, but I don't think that's really our biggest issue right now.
When it's been a while since you've had a road win, does that put any extra pressure on your guys?
No, I mean, we came here to win the game, and I think they did the same, and they did a better job. But, you know, we got 2 more road games scheduled, and, you know, a couple weeks to worry about that. We got to worry about home now.
With the schedule the way it is in the next few weeks, does it make this one sting a little more?
How so?
In that it's a tough schedule ahead.
You know, I thought our whole schedule's tough. You know, it's not like we're a 5-3 football team, so when you play in a conference, at least right now, we play 8 games, so 4 of them are going to be on the road. And if you're going to have a good team, you got to win on the road. So that's part of the equation.
Minnesota's won 4 games over the last 2 years, 2 of them against your club. What about them has been so difficult in these 2 games?
Well, I think I said during the week, we really didn't do a very good job of showing up last year. Our effort was really, I think, you know, lacking, and theirs wasn't. And today they outplayed us, all 3 phases. So, you know, but I don't think it was a lack of effort on our part. Every game's different.
Do you think there is one thing that is the biggest issue with this team right now, or is there just too many things?
I would call today a team loss. I don't know, you read the game too. And, you know, if you don't finish drives and get points, that a lot of times will come back and get you. If you can't stop the run and you know, slow people down, at some point that's going to get you. And if you don't capitalize on special teams, you know, we really didn't do anything today to distinguish ourselves on special teams. So, you know, to me it's kind of a team thing, I would say. Team lost today.
Is there a fix for the issues that you guys have had?
We're working on this.
Yeah,
That's what we do during the week.
Yeah.
Today it didn't look good. And, you know, to that point, we've been a good red zone offense and defensive team. I think we mentioned that the other day. Today you wouldn't know it. I mean, we were, you know, didn't finish a couple of drives offensively, and we were 0 for 3 defensively.
Was Meyer missing those 2 field goals in the first half more of a fluke, or is that a big concern at this point?
I think Mike's a really good football player, and I expect that from him, and I expect him to bounce back and play well.